Hey everyone, Priest Beast here. I don't like the sound of my own voice on video, so I'm using a voice generator for this series. It's funny though, because the name of this voice is Chris, but it's clearly Theo Von's voice. So I'd just like to point out that this isn't the real Theo Von speaking. With that, let's get into it. If you're watching this video, then you're probably familiar with Escape from Tarkov or have at least heard of it. With that in mind, I'm not gonna go too into the details of the game itself. What I really want to focus on in this series is a mod I stumbled across the other day called Traveler. The goal of the mod is to make Escape from Tarkov a more open world experience for the player. They achieve this by locking every single raid location, except for customs. That means having to make your way to specific extracts in order to travel around the region of Tarkov. You want to go into a raid at Interchange? You have to start in customs, extract at Railroad to Tarkov. Then the next time you load into raid, you'll start at Railway Extract on Interchange. Traders themselves are locked and are hidden throughout the region of Tarkov. You always spawn in at Warehouse 17 on Customs. This is considered your hideout, and it is also the location of where Therapist is. Fence is the only trader you can interact with at any extract simply to sell off items and gear you found in the previous map. But if you'd like to talk to any other traders, you'll have to make your way around Tarkov. Mechanics on streets, Jaegers in woods, skiers chilling at shoreline, Prapors hiding on customs, Ragmans at Interchange, and Peacekeepers at reserve. I'm fairly new at Escape from Tarkov myself. I only started playing this last September and only have about 80 hours on the game. That being said, I started using SPT-Tarkov to learn the ropes of the game while avoiding the notorious hackers. That's when I stumbled across this mode. I decided to create a playthrough series of this mod specifically. I've heard that this is pretty much what the devs of Tarkov want the end game to be like. So the Traveler mod is the best we can do in the meantime. That being said, I wiped my SPT profile, installed Traveler, and also got a couple more quality of life mods for this series. I'll be using Amanda's Sense to help me find ground loot, more check marks to see what loot is used for which quests in hideout constructs, and also using item info, which basically shows the rarity of items. With that, let's play Traveler. So I loaded in and made my character. I made sure to have plenty of meds, ammo, food, and water. I got my first quest from Therapist and headed into customs. My first goal was to head to military checkpoint to meet up with Prapor, but I knew I had to find 3 alleyways for Therapists, so I decided to check out Crack House. It's notorious for having decent meds and gear spawn inside. I found some basic stuff in the guard shack and was searching the dead scav room. When I hear this mofo, I decide to ditch the original plan and head straight to the airdrop. With this being my first raid with Traveler mod, the airdrop is a huge advantage to get. I search this little shop and find some rubles and then make my way to the airdrop's location. I find some pretty decent loot inside that I can stash away from my hideout upgrades. So I decide to head straight back to my hideout, not taking any chances with this loot. I safely extract and stash away my loot. I check my hideout and find that nothing can be upgraded yet, except for my vents. I do that, then head back out to finally meet up with Prapor. I make my way to the gas station to see if I can find some loot before extracting at military check. As I'm looting, I hear someone sneaking around. I wait patiently, take care of him easily. I loot a few things, and then go back on my way to Prapor. I find my second scav, and quickly take him out. I take his MP133 so I can turn it in for Prapor's first quest, as well as keep his dog tag. continuing on my way. I start to near checkpoint when I hear my third scav approaching. In my fort. Out of fucking ammo. Motherfucker. Well, there's my first death. I decided to take a break for the rest of the day and edit some footage. Then I was back at it. I got my insurance back and geared up for raid. I loaded back into customs and was on my way. You asshole. I ended up dealing with a sniper scav and just left the original shooter behind. Finally back on track to Prapor. I just want to grab this quest and be done with it. I eventually reach military CP and extract with no problem. I pick up debut from Prapor and load back into raid. I was debating on whether or not to head to factory to pick up some scav kills, but then I came across some great loot. Got my first Saliwa and went into a little nearby building for some better stuff. I got my second Saliwa and dipped. There's been a lot of shooting at Fort and more at a gas station, so I decide to go around to avoid confrontation. And then I decide to start some confrontation. I easily take care of these two assholes and continue on my way. Boom. Easy as that, folks. So I safely stashed away my loot, turned in my Saliwa as a therapist, and went back into customs. Now that I had both quests, I could focus on purely looting and PvP for the time being. I'll just speed up this next part for you guys. after finding some amazing stuff, this bullshit happens. Luckily, I actually make it out in one piece. So I stash my stuff and gear up for the next raid. I honestly don't know what I was trying to do here. Boom, first part of debut is done. Now I just need 2 MP133s. God damn it. Oh well. Guess we'll just have to gear up again for the next episode. I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching my video. I plan on continuing this series since I'm having a blast with Traveler. This is my first time doing anything like this, so please give me tips on either Tarkov or using Adobe Premiere Pro in the comments below. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe to see the next episode when it first comes out. And just a reminder, this isn't Theo Von speaking, but an AI. Thanks, guys.